Hello, I'm Allan Bonner, and welcome to At Issue. Globalization, climate change, and our resistance to drugs have come together to set the stage for the perfect microbial storm. A wave of disease could kill millions before we can react. The disease could be another HIV, or smallpox, or Spanish flu. Once a killer disease emerges, modern societies offer new ways for it to flourish and spread. Global travel, crowded urban environments, and people at high risk can cause the toll to rise. The question is not if the next killer disease will emerge, but rather when it does strike, will we be prepared for the devastation that comes with it? You talk about people, we're all asked by customs, have you visited a farm? And maybe we have, maybe we haven't, maybe we remember. Maybe the definition of a farm is different in different places. But we have the soles of our shoes washed and this, that, and the other. Does that work, or are we still in danger of just bringing stuff on us, airborne, in our pockets, the folds of our clothes and so on?
Yeah. There'll always be the risk. I mean, it's inevitable that species and various types of problems will migrate all over the place. The question comes down to how willing are you to put up with the measures necessary to stop it? You know, would you be required to take a shower before you come into Canada, change your clothes, that sort of thing? At what level do you suddenly say, well, we have to stop international commerce?
Would you want that as a scientist? Would you want people taking a shower, changing clothes?
Well, I find when I work in the lab, I go one of two ways. I either get really sloppy and don't care, or else I get really paranoid. And this week I'm really sloppy, so I don't care.
Well, let's talk about lab people for a second, and people who wear scrubs in hospitals. In the folds of those scrubs, I am told, are microbes, and they are in sick people's rooms. And I see these people at the donut shop having a cigarette on the street, on the transit. This is malpractice or something, isn't it?
No, it is. I've seen this happen, and I saw this happen during SARS, the SARS epidemic. I saw people coming in their scrubs, with their masks on their heads, stethoscopes around their necks, coming out of the hospitals
Are the dirtiest things, the things with the greatest number of microbes on them in hospitals, still physicians' ties and physicians' pagers?
Yeah. Basically, the problem with the hospital is you take every sick person, you concentrate them together, you then get people who walk from one person to another. It's estimated that a person in the hospital will be touched 60 times every day by one person or another.
And then another person.
Yeah.
And then another. It almost appears like physicians are still fighting the germ theory as they were 150 years ago. Why won't physicians wash hands?
One simple little factor, they're human. Humans can think through something very logically. When it comes to doing something, they do it a couple times and feel really good about it, and then suddenly they go back to their bad habits.
Now, Ian, there you sit working betwixt and between hospitals and a university and a lab among scientists and smart people. Are they prepared?
They're coming to the point where they're starting to get prepared. One of the things about a pandemic is it's like the financial business we've been through in the past 6 to 8 weeks, where it suddenly shows up, and with hindsight, there are all these things you should have done, but you never quite got around to them. And your point, one of some interesting points, is that the way you manage healthcare effectively in Western countries is you try and match the amount you have to the average load. And if you have a pandemic, that average load suddenly is way too, it falls short, basically, what you need. So the whole idea of suddenly people wanting to get hold of drugs and rushing to hospitals is actually...
Or rubber gloves, or tongue depressors, or really mundane stuff.
Everybody running out to the home supply place to get the mask, whether it works or not. I mean, it's simple things like we don't really know if those masks do stop influenza.
I'm Allan Bonner. Thank you for watching.